I am a mother of 7 children. I am a teacher, teaching at Ames. I have 7 children, JM, LM, DM, Dimpol, EM, MM, and Apple. And here is my husband.
My name is Michael Morley. As he said, we have 7 children. Hello everyone, we are the
Morley family.
I'm the oldest, my name is John Michael.
My name is Luke Michael.
My name is David Michael.
I'm the middle and I'm Maribel.
And I'm Mark Michael.
And I'm the youngest, Christian Bell.
When we raise up our children here in Thailand from the Philippines, at first it's a culture shock for my children because they came from Philippines and they don't know. Yeah, they heard English because you know English is a medium of instruction in the Philippines. But then when they come to Thailand, it's totally English and then Thai. It's at first it's difficult, but because we are in the environment of a Christian environment, the adjustment is not that hard for them because the teachers and the students are very cooperative and caring, so they did not really go on through the tough adjustment, although they have gone through adjustment, but that's not that bad because we are Christian, we are in the environment of Christian. We were able to get along with each other and being able to be flexible in the situation.
The culture that in the Philippines in here, of course, there are big different culture.
Yeah, it's meaning it's not really that different now.
Yeah,
It's a
but
big
some
difference.
cultures
We are the same.
we are the same culture. So what do you think, guys?
What is that?
Depends.
How is it like? How is it like growing up in a foreign country?
Yeah, not of your own.
Basically.
Why is it third culture?
Because
Okay. Anyway, so how does it feel like raising in a
what do you think?
growing up in a culture where you're not
Not
familiar
able
with?
to
You're not.
speak.
Yeah.
Okay, you're Filipino. You're in Thailand. How
Yeah, how
does it
do
feel?
you
Okay,
like?
I'll go.
Not able to speak language that you're supposed to be speaking.
Oh, mother
Okay.
Okay.
Mother
Okay.
tongue. What else?
Language.
language.
Anyone?
For me, I think also like we tend to, our culture tends to shift towards a culture that we have been raised more. Like for example, like we tend to forget the hello po or the word po, and then the the blessing. Filipino, we did not usually practice that ever since we moved here, and then so
Okay.
yeah, just like culture wise, it has been shifting to so.
For us as parents, we usually in the Philippines we have that respect the elders, that shows that we really honor our elders by getting their blessings, taking the hand. I think I'll just show how we do that. Just for example, I am the child and my husband is my father. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand wherever I go. I will stand and get his hand and put it on my forehead. That is a sign of respect because they are exposed in an international setting here. Sometimes it's most of the time it's not being practiced at home because they are different here. That is the one thing that we are keeping to our children, the culture that we have.
We had to adjust to something we're not used to. Yeah, like what she said, language is one of the number one thing we really face, which is really hard. And then for me, food. I was really new to food, and I had to get used to eating spicy food. But right now, I can say I'm pretty good.
Spice tolerant.
At the same time also,
growing up in a foreign country is also very good because you will be more open to the world than you are getting to be only in your country. You get to know other people from different countries. It's also good.
When they go back to our own country, which is the Philippines, they felt some kind of they don't belong. That's why we told our children to really try their best, even though they speak English, try their best to be themselves and naturally express themselves. Consequence as well is they cannot keep our language, and I am afraid that it's going to be forgotten by our children, and some other tradition, also food, because they are used to eat food, Thai food now here, international food.
How is it good and
Well,
how is it bad?
pros, you can say that you get to have friends from having different backgrounds, and then
How is it
diversity,
bad?
yeah, and you get to enjoy their culture as well and to appreciate it.
Learn new stuff.
You're more you'll get more you tend to understand people from different countries, not just your own country, but let's say you get to know people from, let's say, from the US, know someone from Korea, know someone from Congo, or from Japan, from Laos, so it's more better. Those are the pros that makes you more better and knowledgeable about others.
What about the kids?
Pros.
What about the
What are the good
kids?
things about having a like when you're in another country? What are the pros about
It doesn't have to be pros, you can say cons too.
Yeah,
Cons.
go.
Okay,
The negative.
you want good or bad?
I'm gonna go for the cons.
Okay, cons.
The cons are that it'll be hard to learn your culture because get used to it because you also sometimes mix your culture with other cultures. Meaning that, example, you wanna instead of you bowing, getting blessed from the elders, you will just bow at them or say sorry cup instead of saying bless po or something like what we say in the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you guys say that? Would you guys say that this would benefit your? Would you guys say that this was a way to benefit? This has benefited your way of communication, being more open.
Yes.
Yeah, because we get opinions from not just one person, but like third person, like from other people's opinions. And not only that, the con, let's just say the bad part of it is language barrier. That is the number one I think we as third culture kids will obviously face in the different countries we're situated in. So language barrier is one of the hardest or one of the saddest part of being a third culture kid unless you practice or focus in your time classes, and I don't think language barrier will be a difficulty in this experience.
Do you think being a third cultured makes you disconnect from your own people, from your own culture?
Yes.
True.
Yeah. Because you tend to forget your own culture
Because you're exposed to many different
cultures.
So you can say like we've been here, like she said, we've been here pretty long time, and we have interacted with many people who are not from our countries, from our country. So we are well aware of their culture and we behave in certain way that would not offend them.
Or trigger them. So
That's why-
basically, you're practicing the other culture instead of our own culture. Yes. This is very
And
cool.
we tend to like cover it up, like we forget our own, and then we tend to practice the culture of the place we're staying.
When we came here, I almost totally forget our culture. The one that I didn't forget when they come, we have to say bless. When they go home, we have to bless them. That is the simple that I never forget. But some cultures in the Philippines, I did not even mention, because because we live in Thailand.
That's right.
So what for? So what's the purpose to remind them our culture or to tell them our culture? I just forget everything.
Yeah, okay. So we're saving the respect. And when we react on others' culture, actually we are shocked. We're also shocked that they can eat many raw food here. And so, oh, they eat the string beans raw, the eggplant raw, and all these things, and the crickets and the insects they're eating. Oh my! And when you go to, I said, ooh, ew. I'm sorry, no? But it's just only a reaction. But when we live here longer, we were able to adapt it and understand the situation. It's not because we feel yucky of it, but we are not just used to it. But now we are just fine. When we see others' culture, sometimes we question, but we try to get along. It's not that hard for us actually. Our family is not hard for us to get along with the culture of others. We want to adapt and we want to get along with them.
So I think for me, how I react with different cultures, it's like both good and bad, because you tend to like, okay, why this is like this type of doing is like so different from what I do in my own country. For example, the respectfulness of Thailand is like to the highest. Like even when a teacher walks by, like we learned that when a teacher walks by in front of you, you have to wait for them and why until they pass you, and then you can start walking. But in the Philippines, we just like, just like casual hi or like that, and then you can start walking. So the respect is like really like another level.
Also, as I can see from all of us siblings, how we react to, as we are exposed to many cultures, not only Thai, but we have many friends from other countries as well. We become more sensitive. We don't only see our own point of view, but we also see others as well, and we don't want to offend them in any way. We would always try our best to get to be well knowledgeable about their own culture as well. So that way we don't want to let that affect. We don't want to offend anyone else. So we become more sensitive to other culture as well.
I get to see people's perspective of how they use their tradition, and they also get to see my perspective of how I use my tradition. Like some of my friends see me go to elderly people in the potluck to get blessings from them by using their hand, and some people see me in the parties in school to see me bow at the teachers, so they can see how it affected me and how it is changed in different ways.
How much you can see a lot has changed, because you have, as we have already like multiple times mentioned, that we have to since we grew up here and we're exposed, a lot has changed in us since we don't really expose ourselves to our our own people. We don't really, so basically we are already like changed to where we are at, and yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah, and like
become more open.
Yeah. So we were also young when we came here. So I think adopting to a new culture or a new place was not that difficult. Was it difficult for you guys? Or it was? And not only that, also
it wasn't
for a
that-
fact, we also went to an international school. So again, it was like adopting was like 50-50, because there's also English speakers. There are also like not just Thai, there's also Indians, there's also Chinese, there's also Americans. So it was like oh wow, okay, we can mingle. There are like people like us who are from foreign countries. Yeah. So, and we were young. So I think it's the difference between young people's mind and adults' mind or teenage mind. It's like it will take hard for them to transact to another place. But for us, we were super young. We were like what, 6, 5,
Oh yeah,
9?
well, you could say not
Yeah.
a lot has changed. At the same time, you can
Yeah.
also say not a lot has
Not a lot
changed
has changed.
because when we were young, so we don't know a lot about our own. too. So you can say
Yeah.
both has a lot.
That's what 50,
You can say a lot has changed in terms of us allowing more
Adopting.
cultures. At the same time, a little has changed because we don't really know, don't know much
Yeah,
about
don't know
our
much
own.
about our own.
As a mother, I raised my children in another country, so they belong to the third culture child or children. I am always behind them. What do I mean by that? I am always watching how they get along with children. If they are being bullied, I'll try my best to help them so that they will not be bullied. And I would pray for them and try to study with them and always remind them that to make friends, do not start the fight. If there is something wrong with a friend, you have to talk. So that's the role of the parents. You are to be the shadow. You are always there. And what we do, my husband and I, what we do is we are always talking to them. We try to talk to them every day.
I always talk to them. I told them, my son, we are in Thailand. And then you have many classmates that they live in different country. So it's country, they have different culture. For example, they have a friend like from India, from Africa, from America, Malaysia, from Indonesia, and also Cambodia, and from Myanmar, and from Thailand as well. I told them, you have to very careful, or just talk to them, and then be careful what going to approach, like if you are in market, or if you are inside the restaurant, or who will pay for the food. They have to getting to know each other, to
Be flexible.
get to know each other, to know about a different culture from different country.
I would say that wherever countries they're going, we should learn their basic stuff like how much is it, or like example you want to buy something, how much is it, or respect other people like whying, Thai people whying, Filipino using their hand to bless, like that. You should learn the basics.
I say that you should not be judgmental, no prejudices or any discrimination, because you have to be open-minded to be able to accept other people's beliefs and cultures, and to
Exactly
be able
what
to
you said.
respect.
Oh yeah, and for me, do your research, kids, because like going to a brand new country, it's like putting a lost puppy in a wilderness and they don't know. So you should do your research so that you know what to prepare, or like okay, you know how to transfer money, and like but for kids, it's for kids. You should do your research, and ask your parents about how are this and that is a new place, how is it,
Maybe when, let's say, if you're still young and you plan to go with your parents to another country, maybe if you are still young, it's easier for you to adapt than you being an adult, because an adult is where it is what you learn and understand from your native culture more than what you will be going to. For example, if let's say our cousin or from the Philippines, one of our cousins from the Philippines comes to Thailand, and let's say he's adult and he wants to come here and want to know what is Thailand like, then it's better for that person to know the culture first, or what is it in Thailand, that maybe do a little bit of research. So when that person comes to Thailand, at least he or she will not offend Thai people when doing certain things, or like maybe when trying to, let's say, order something or say
Or like going to the
something with
temple.
their tone of voice. It's very important for the person to really research first before going to the country.
Just like what they have always said, openness is one of the important things that we must have, and open-minded, because coming to another country, we need to be open to, just be adventurous, I would say. Be open to new food. The food, although it might not suit your taste, just be open to getting to taste their own food. Language, be open to learning your new language. It's pretty fun. Actually, learning a new language is pretty fun. You can, it's one way to get to know and make new friends.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Language, food, friend, culture. Also culture as well. Culture, the dress. What else?
Dress appropriately.
And most especially the people.
Yes.
The Thai people are very kind, very accommodating. Just be friendly and
Just be who you are.
And also as a foreigner, they understand that you're a foreigner, and they will try to, help you in any way that they can. Just be open-minded. Just that.
So this is it for my
Morning family.
Thank you for
Yes.
listening. Thank you for listening to our ideas.
Oh yeah.